Hello, I am Indigo Sage and I am coming at you at the beginning of the video real quick just to let you know where the hot blog spot is to speak about your spiritual awakening. And that, of course, is at unapologeticallysage.com. You can also find a lot of my walking meditations on Instagram as well as Facebook. Whereas Facebook is where I just kind of may write whatever pops in my mind or, repost something that was inspirational. So Facebook is kind of more, you get a little more Indigo Sage in there, a little more me. But anyway, be sure to check out Tales of Tarot at unapologeticallysage.com. Also, more of my spiritual awakening stories awaits you right there at unapologeticallysage.com. I am Indigo Sage, an awakened soul. Welcome to my Tales of Tarot Intuition series. The purpose of this series is to showcase tarot cards of the same title featuring different imagery. I will discuss the meaning of the card, but ultimately we will discuss the meaning that the image displays. Because you must remember, not every image means the same to each person. Some tarot readers base their sessions on imagery alone. Both imagery and intuition are very important in tarot. The info for the decks will be in the description box below. As a bonus, I will highlight one angel number message at the end of each video in this series. Angel number message tiles were created by me as a companion to each of my tarot reading videos. Our guardian angels use number messages to communicate with us all the time. This video series will provide some insights for the featured angel number message at the end of the video. So, let's sage this out. In this video, we are discussing the Wheel of Fortune. Okay. And I said it that way for you newcomers, maybe millenniums or whatever they're called. There was a game show long time ago, years ago, before you guys were born, called The Wheel of Fortune, and that's how they used to introduce the show. So, this is about the Wheel of Fortune. All right. So this card is commonly seen as an omen for a lucky change, a positive card. Overall, it's a yes card. Here's the thing, though, about this Wheel of Fortune. One should never forget this card actually represents what goes around comes around. What that means is this card is as lucky as the universe sees fit. Because after all, it's a wheel. It's a wheel. And what goes around comes around, and look at the little minions on it. I like in this photo, in this card from MARSEILLE, I really don't see how it is looked upon as a lucky card. I mean, they look creepy. I'm just gonna say it. These little things look creepy. And a lot of the wheel cards have little creepy things, and I know that they each mean something in particular. I have done a deep dive on them before, and maybe in the future I will, do part 2s to these videos where I actually go in and do my little nerdy thing, where I get real nerdy and break every single thing down. The colors and the little creatures and even the little waves on the bottom. I mean, every single thing can be broken down, but I'm gonna keep it light. My first session of videos, I'm gonna keep this light, okay? So this one, you should never forget that this card actually represents what goes around comes around. So again, we are at another photo of the Wheel of Fortune. So below, actually, interestingly enough, at the bottom, they just have the wheel. They don't even have of fortune. Okay. That's for a very important reason, I believe. And it's because, like, view this card as a literal wheel of balance. What you put out, you will get back. And when this card appears, it means it's the big payback. Only you would know if it's actually good or bad. So, looking at it as the big payback, which is actually a song by James Brown. Once again, I don't know all the ages of my audience, so some of you may not even know who James Brown is, but he has a song called The Big Payback. And that's what the wheel is. It turns, okay? So just keep that in mind. It turns. It's a wheel. So with the previous card, I was saying that only you would know if it's a good card or not, because overall they say the Wheel of Fortune is a good card. It's good. It means yes, and that's great. But if you dive a little deeper and in reality, because I've seen this card come up and it wasn't great for the um, current. I don't know if I'm saying it right, but anyway, but that's only because what goes around comes around. The reality of this card is that when it appears, it means there will be a 180-degree change in your life. For example, the rich becomes poor, the poor becomes rich. It's a 180 turn. It is the Wheel of Fortune. So fortune doesn't always mean it's great and you're going to get a bunch of money and that it's luck and all this kind of stuff. What it actually means is it's a wheel of chance, but what it actually means is what goes around comes around. It's around. It's a wheel. What you put out, you get back. That's what it means. And the reality is that when you see this card, it is letting you know that there's going to be a turn of 180 degrees. So as I stated earlier, only you know if this Wheel of Fortune is good or not. Only you know what your fortune is. In other words, when the Wheel of Fortune appears in your reading, it represents your fate personified. Okay? I am going to repeat that as per usual, my style. In other words, when the Wheel of Fortune appears in your reading, it represents your fate personified. The universe is returning the energy to you that you have released into it. As if it were a boomerang, you will get it back. And when you see that card, it's letting you know it's time for you to get it back. What you put out, you are going to get it back because the time has come for you to get your fortune, good or bad, back. Here we are at angel number message 101. This is an angel number tile that I've created, as I said at the beginning of the video. And what this actually means is, if you are seeing the number 101 all the time, it could be anywhere, and you could see it repeatedly, or you could just see it one time and it's just magnified in your mind. And what that is saying is that your guardian angels are trying to send you a message. So if you're seeing the number 101 all the time, here are some insights on what your guardian angels are trying to get across to you. This number truly encourages you to pay close attention to your thought process. And when I say that, it is literally like right when you see it, pay attention to what you're thinking about, because it's a confirmation of it. So this number truly encourages you to pay close attention to your thought process. Dive into your current state of mind while standing strong in your personal beliefs, because right now, more than ever, your thoughts are creating your reality, literally. So keep them positive, stay positive, and be positive, because what you put out comes back to you, point blank, period. And that is including in thought form. So like your thoughts, I need you guys to understand, if you're seeing 101, your thoughts are creating your reality literally right now, in that time frame, and in that moment. So what they're telling you is to, and actually they could be, because I've seen it before where it was like a reminder, like to keep positive. I've seen it before when my thoughts were not as positive as they should be, you know, when you could start doubting yourself or something. And it's a reminder, it's a nudge from your guardian angels to stop it, curve it, turn it, do a 180 like the wheel, if you want good fortune, and make that a positive thought, you know. So in my life, 101 has shown up at the very peak of if I ever started to doubt anything or be negative in any kind of way. And it is, I already recognize that as a message from my guardian angels to knock it off, knock it right on off, and change that negative thought, you know, release it from your mind and put it on the positive tip, turn it positive. So hope you have gotten some insight from this. And again, this is the angel number message, which I've created angel number tiles, and they are a staple at the end of every reading that I do here on YouTube. Greetings, my sagies, and yes, you are a sagey. You've made it to the end of the video. If you like what you saw, like what you heard, if it resonates with you and you appreciate it, go ahead and show me that you appreciate it by clicking like, and also subscribe so that you'll be notified on the upcoming videos. Check out more Tales of Tarot at unapologeticallysage.com.